Michael, let's start off with, I think, Huddersfield game midweek. Did Joe Walsh and Freddie Draper manage to get some minutes in by the looks of it?
Yeah, there was quite a few of the boys, to be fair, who got some well-earned minutes on Tuesday. So probably the most important thing is that they come through it, and they were able to do some work as well yesterday. So that's been positive. I think from Walsh's point of view and Freddie, they'll continue to try and get some more training under the belt over the next week or so before being available. But yeah, we're getting close now with the likes of those two. Adam Jackson's not too far away, and obviously we've got one or two players who are obviously desperate for minutes, having not played much lately.
TJ Omer, is he back for this weekend?
He's 50-50. He's not done 100% in terms of his sprint work as yet. He's going to be trying that this morning. I think he's done up to about 90% from yesterday. So we'll I say we, the medical people will push him as far as they need to, just to make sure that if we want to involve him, we will do. What we won't do is, we won't take a risk as such, because obviously there's that many games, as you know, coming up in February. But if he feels fine and he's hit the numbers and everything, then he'll be involved.
Josh Griffiths, is that situation all sorted?
Yeah, it's all done now. Yeah, he's fit and available.
And that has meant you've let Sam Long go out on loan and Sean Rowan. Quite a bizarre move, really, because they're going to be playing a lot of football between now and almost the summer period. Just explain how that's come about, that move.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, we've got quite a few connections in Ireland, both Southern and Northern Ireland. The likes of myself, Jez, Mark, Joe, etc. I've taken players from Ireland in the past. Obviously, Jez has done a little bit, and Jinjo over there as well. So it's one of them where we're aware that there's lots of talent going on in there, but we're also aware that the actual standard is okay as well. And it's one of them where it's men's football, and the fact that obviously it is a summer league, so you can allow players to sort of go out there and get them back for the start of your season if that's what you're choosing. With those two, it was a no-brainer, really. They clearly done the work on both players. Normally we're the one presenting to football clubs to try and get their best talents and try and get into Lincoln City and trust us. Whereas it was the opposite with Drogheda, and you could tell that they'd done the work. They know a hell of a lot about the players, and they were looking forward to working with the players, given the opportunity. And we felt it was good for both parties.
As you say, a chance to get a really good number of games under their belt, and for Sean especially, who's had probably a really frustrated 18 months, a chance to get football at all. Yeah,
I mean, the biggest thing for Sean is to stay fit. That's like you say, he's had a really, really frustrating period over the last 18 months or so, and he's been literally constantly injured, basically, and some of it could have been preventable, some of it couldn't, and it's one of them where he's got to get himself in the best physical shape he could possibly can, and then obviously get them run of games that you talked about. And then from Sam's point of view, and listen, I've said it before the game Saturday, I've said it in previous ones, I've got no problem, no worries about Sam. I've got a reasonably clear idea in my head where his pathway is and how it works and stuff. So this is really important for him, getting games and playing at this moment in time regular. And then I think we've seen on Saturday that he's got a composure and the mentality to deal with league football.
Signing wise, are you looking at anything else, or are you quite happy heading into the final few days?
Yeah, we're reasonably happy, but like I say, the phone will stay on. All our phones will stay on. We'll be diligent in terms of what's happening if players come available. Obviously, there might be a scenario similar to the TJ one a couple of years ago, and I know we brought Brooke in on a similar sort of scenario, but every now and again, there's young players out there who are desperate for being involved around first team environment, and if that gives us an extra number without any real serious pressure of having to play, then we'll be up for that type of thing.
Any interest in your players?
Not that I'm aware of. No, not any serious one anyway.
And Burton this weekend, then, aside that if you win, you kind of go into that next group. We talked about it again before the Cambridge game, I think, as well. So it always feels like another vital game, doesn't it? Just to try and climb that table and move away from that bottom four.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every game's the same, to be fair, Rob, at the minute. Until I find myself, in a position where we're talking about the teams that are in the playoffs or the teams just outside the playoffs, every single game will remain like that. And if we put a performance in either similar or as close to the one that we did against Cambridge, I'm convinced with the players that we have on the pitch, we'll do enough to get the points. If we don't, it's going to be a difficult afternoon because they're a very, very dangerous side. They press really high, full of energy. But I do believe that performance levels have been good of late, and we're really looking forward to the game.
Wonderful, thank you, mate.
Cheers, Rob. Thank you, Ben Carr. Any further questions?
Morning, Michael. With the arrival of Ben House into the club, can we expect to see him at the weekend, get some minutes, or in the near future?
Yeah, hopefully in the near future, Ben. I think this weekend is a little bit too soon. The reason to say that is he's actually been injured for about 2.5, 3 weeks from thigh strain, and that was why there was a little bit of a delay on actually signing him. So he got some minutes. He got 45 minutes on Tuesday, same as Freddie. Before that, he'd only had a couple of training sessions with the players. So whether he's in the group this weekend, I'll leave sort of Burton and everyone else mulling over that, whether that's going to happen or not. But I think certainly over the next couple of months or so, he'll be introduced at some point.